Yeah, normally they release patch notes like 1 hour or so before the patch goes up. Last time they said it'll be down for 3 hours. It was down for 3 hours. But 2 months ago, they said it'd be down for 3 hours, and it was up in 1.5. So I've kind of been like trying to monitor the situation. When I saw patch notes went up, I tried to rush and do everything I was doing and try to get online. This is fast as I could get online today. The servers might be up, but we're gonna read patch notes anyway because like we kind of need to know what the hell we're playing, right? So we have to read them a little bit. I have not read them before now. I just got a chance to sit down. When reaching legend rank, players now start with a rating of 500. The rating changes at the end of a run based on the formula. Neutral wins 5, 10 wins bonus 5. A player with an average of 8 wins will approach an 800 rating over time, while 4 wins will approach 400 over time. So basically, if you're legend rank 1, your average wins is like 0. So legend rank 1 is no longer a flex, guys. Fat L right now. You want to be legend rank 1000. Only 10 wins always. Heal now cleanses for 10% of the heal amount. This is a really good change because it very rarely made any sense to actually scale your healing. But if lifesteal is still considered healing, this is a massive buff to lifesteal. Like if you hit someone for 1,000 lifesteal damage, it'll cleanse 100 poison, 100 burn per hit. That's insane. It's still a flex, to be honest. Okay. Combat only effects. Corrected an issue where certain during combat effects would incorrectly trigger outside of combat. Balcony is actually already fixed. If Balcony was destroyed, you would actually lose the double value. I actually lost a match because of that, like 3-4 weeks ago. So some of these are already fixed. Cooldown reduction. Final cooldown equals base cooldown minus sum of flat cooldown reduction times sum of percent cooldown reduction. Shuffling cooldown before applying an on-cell percentage based no longer has an effect. So this makes feathers way more broken. It's not like if you have a bunch of feathers and they're all 10%, 10%, 10%, before it was 10% of the remaining, but the remaining would be smaller. And now it's 10% of the starting cooldown. So if an item has a 10-second cooldown and you use 9 10% feathers, it will go to a 1-second cooldown. Before, the formula was effectively, so if you have 10, you'd multiply that by 0.9 to the power of 9. So before, it would go to 3.87 seconds, and now it would go to 1 second. I think there is actually no case where feathers are nerfed. Feathers are literally always buffed with this change. Feathers are always stronger now. Always than before. Always stronger than before. The first feather that you use effectively is the same. Every other feather, every secondary cooldown reduction is buffed. You can get minus 100%, yeah, but items have a minimum cooldown of 1 second. This also means that the value of each one CDR is the same regardless of timing. That's actually not correct. Like, if you have 98 CDR already and you go to 99, you effectively lowered your cooldown by half. I fully understand how this works, but this statement is actually wrong. The value of each 1% CDR is not the same. I know what they're trying to say. They're trying to say it reduces it by the same amount, but the value of each 1% is not the same. The number of items that skills provide a percent-based CDR have been adjusted upward due to the removal of diminishing returns. I don't know what that means. Characters now start with 2 XP instead of 0 XP. Thank Jesus! No more trying to scramble for that 1 XP so you don't get wrecked by everyone who already got it. Level up tiers that offer enchantment are now just the artist. Level up tiers that offer enchantments are now just... Oh, so it's always a random enchant. It's no longer 1 set and 1 random. 2 specific enchantment instead of enchantment choice. Instead of random, you get 1 of 2 set ones when you die. That's actually pretty nice. That'll even out a lot more runs because the power gain from level 10 is lower, the power gain from dying is higher. Every 1% is the same value? No. The same mathematical value. Not the same value when the word value is used for benefit. Okay? The same mathematical value, not the same beneficial value. It's a very poor choice of words in that sentence. Okay, I stand by it. Maybe I should even say that just so they correct it, because I think that will absolutely confuse people. Okay. Dear Reynad, your English today. Alright, it's fine. I'm just messaging the devs. Anyway, what else we got? Crit chance, adjusted application rules to better handle edge cases. Items that can't crit. Okay, so items that can't crit no longer get crit, I think is what they mean by that. Most percentage-based effects now round up with a floor of 1. I have no idea what that means. We'll probably... the hell? I don't know what that means. Ghosts. Fix an issue where certain temporary player and item modifiers were not recorded on ghosts. So I think this means that if you pick temporary, like 25 damage to all your weapons, your ghost will actually have it. I think this is true because I pick the shield for next fight option quite a lot, but I've never gone up against a ghost that had shield at the literal beginning of the fight. So this is a buff to ghosts, by the way. Ghosts have been buffed. Warning, ghosts have been buffed. Oh, rounding rules, like 10% of damage. Okay, so the Poison Fang always does 1 poison. Regeneration now has a gem. Updated card effects. Is that like visuals, I guess? Encounters. New option for dually. Share it with a friend. Get a small silver to your friend. So he probably just gets a friend. I don't think he needs something. I don't think it's a hidden one. Borrow now grants additional gold. Okay. Jungle Ruins. Vanessa. Renamed. Small silver weapon or apparel from any hero. Oh, wow. Silver tier tool from any hero on dually. That's also pretty big. New encounter that spawns on day 9 if you have the required item. Okay, I think we need to screenshot this one for the time being. Alpha Ray Silver, Armored Core, cooldown is higher, I believe. I think it started at 6, but now it goes to 5. So Silver is worse, Diamond is better. Honestly, that's pretty fair, because it was kind of OP at Silver, and nobody really used it at Diamond at all. Bulldozer, friend cooldown's nerfed, but the way that cooldowns stack is stronger, so that's fine. Chris also has the tech tag, so Chris is tech and tool and friend and weapon. Jesus Christ. Cooldown goes to 3. Oh my goodness. Is that real? Crit core. Looks like all the cores have this new structure. Hog is a relic. Copper Ed goes to 3. Cyber security. I think it was 5 before, but maybe I'm wrong. I think Diamond Flamethrower got nerfed. It's hard to see this, but Flamethrower at gold says burn equal to this item's damage, but at Diamond it said burn equal to twice this item's damage. So... actually, it's a pretty big nerf. The cooldown went to 6. Damn, dude. Today's video is Flamethrower's OP. They literally nerfed the piss out of it. This is so nerfed. You need it to be Diamond to have the same cooldown as before, and it's half as good at Diamond. But you can get it at Silver now? Yeah, who cares? Hydraulic Press. Weapon, tool, 6M cooldown, deals 0 damage at the end of each fight to permanently destroy the item to the left of this and grant that item's types. Damage equal to the number of types. Whew. You can get it to do like 8,000 damage, but it has a 16-second cooldown. I don't know, bro. 16-second cooldown is kind of a lot. I guess if you can get like crazy cooldown reduction on it, you just get it to like 1, and then, boop, 6,000. So you'd only use this if you had like crazy CDR. Or Momosaur at Silver is a big deal. Railgun at Bronze, what the hell? Charge for half their cooldown. Oh my. Oh boy. 6-second Plasma Grenade gets more ammo. Oh, the slow is set to 1 though. Okay, that's fair. Ambergris Relic, Blowgun Relic, Boulder Relic, Coral Armor, Custom Scope. You only have 1 weapon. When you crit, charge now is for 1. Yeah, that needed to be nerfed. Electric Eels. So it has a longer cooldown. It's better at Silver, because before it was 6-second cooldown and 1-second charge. So Eel is better at Silver, worse at Gold, and worse at Diamond. But with the new cooldown changes, I'm gonna put it on the record right now. I think eel is buffed. I'm calling it. I think it's buffed. So before it was 6-second cooldown, charge 3. It was really hard to get it to a 3-second cooldown. So you always needed 2 triggers anyway. But now it's pretty easy to get it to 4 seconds. If you get it to 4 seconds, it's effectively as good. The difference is that opponents, because of the new feather changes, will be using items with far lower cooldowns, which just innately makes eel stronger. So I'm going on the record. I think eel is buffed. Even though the item is nerfed, the overall game mechanics favor eel even more. So I do not think it's nerfed. I think it's buffed. No more eel, please. Oh, we're eeling. Figurehead, relic, full introduction, lowered a little bit. Ice pick, okay. Vanessa's amulet is now called Corzina's crest. But why? What's wrong with Vanessa's amulet? Lockbox, pop snappers is now 3. Powder horn from powder flask, that's a good name change. Shipwreck is now relic and property. You have exactly 1 weapon, reduces cooldown, 10, 15, 20, 25. How much was it before? I think it was 30 at diamond. Yeah, but again, the cooldown reduction changes favor. I think it's nerfed. It's like nerfed in the early days, but it's buffed in the late days, basically, because you'll probably get some feathers to compensate for the nerf. And then some. Star chart relic. Okay, relic. Atlas stone relic. Bad blocker. I didn't know it had that issue. Longboards is aquatic. Yes! Paddleboards. Keychain. You would use all proper items. I didn't know that. Stained glass windows nerfed. It was 20 before. That's a pretty big nerf. Yatarian Club from Giant Ice Club. Now relic. Everything's a relic. Anything that... I told you guys this seems bad because there's not enough relics in the game. There are enough relics in the game now, okay? Everything is a relic now. Anything that synergizes with relics is suddenly really strong because everything is suddenly a relic. Relic. Chunk of gold now only triggers out of combat. That's to fix the interaction with virus. Hourglass. Yep. Hourglass is probably an item you'd want to keep now. Because if you get high cooldown reduction on anything with a combination of skills or feathers, Hourglass might have a crazy amount of power in late game. Just to kind of bridge that last gap. Like taking an item down from 2-second cooldown to 1, just doubles its damage. I think Hourglass is going to be insane. Wait, are you telling me Hourglass is not a relic? Laboratory. Some bug, whatever, okay. When you crit, reduces cooldown by 12%. Oh my god. Palanquin. Oh my god. Whoa. If you have any fast item that can crit, Palanquin will just make its cooldown 1. I wonder if they changed, what's it called? There's a skill that's kind of like Palanquin. Pendulum loses tool, relic. Sapphire. Reduced to 8 seconds. Sapphire stacking has been nerfed. Thank you. Relic. I'm not going to remember all of these. I just have to check each item. So they're nerfing the feathers. Knife tricks, that's right. So Gatling gun triggers like 3 times and then it's infinite. Okay. I think the feather changes generally and the cooldown changes generally lead you to play a type of build where you stack 1 item like crazy. Because the additive cooldown reductions are just going to get so crazy. Nargile. That was like Reynad's item, I guess. Do we have a lot of skill changes? We do. Okay, fine. I don't remember the skills by names very well. When one of your items runs out of ammo, gain a regen for the fight. Don't know what this is. Oh, okay. When you use a weapon, it gains crit chance. That's the duelist one. Ambush is, I think, buffed at Diamond. I think it was 25 before. Arms Race, I think, was a lot less than this. 8 per weapon is a lot. Yeah, it was 3 before. Now it starts at Bronze at 2. So full weapon boards are going to get pretty crazy. This skill is insane. If you have like 9 weapons, which is pretty common for a full weapon board, that's 72 crit. That's actually crazy. Slow. Barnacle nerfed. That's a pretty big deal because that's halved, right? That's, yeah. It looks like they did nerf sources of cooldown reduction. I'm sure they missed a few that are still a bit too common. When you burn, your weapons gain damage for the fight. A lot of damage though, Jesus. It was like 5 or something before. 8 at Diamond, and it's now 20? Holy crap. First time you freeze, slow all enemy items. So that's nerfed a little bit. That Lich is skilled. That's good. Left most value. First time your enemy uses a weapon, charge your items. All of them. It was charge 1 before. Toys and properties crit. First 6 times you shield, freeze 1 item for 1 second. This was 2 or 3, I believe. This is like a super OP skill. Yeah, 2. So it's half as good. Well, it's better at gold. It's the same as diamond for frequency, but it's still half as good for duration. Diamond Fangs nerfed by I think 10%, but again, this is wild. Because if you get Diamond Fangs, your cooldowns are going to 0 with the new changes for cooldown reduction. Like they nerfed the other cooldown mechanics much more than Diamond Fangs. Diamond Fangs going from 60 to 50 is like nothing. Taste small. They nerfed the dragon skill, good. When you heal or gain regen, charge poison 1 second. So it used to be just heal. Heal or gain regen, shield. Start of each fight, burn. Burn crit chance. Oh wow, that's a lot more crit chance. Your weapons deal double damage. Wait, what the hell is this? Oh, double crit damage. Wait. Oh, dude. This guy's skill that was like crap. Your weapons deal double crit damage now. Holy. That's huge. You only have 1 medium item. It's cooldown by 25. I think that was 30 before, but again, very tiny nerf for the crazy cooldown changes. When Sandstorm start, you take 75% less damage for the rest of the fight. Wait, what skill is this? Oh no. Fatigue builds, guys. 75% less damage. Bottled Tornado. Log in. Icy Bullets. When you freeze, reload a weapon. Yep. When you use a weapon, reduces cooldown by 4%. I think it was 5 before, but again, new cooldown mechanics, crazy. Like, Barnacle was nerfed from 20 to 10. 50% nerf. This is a 20% nerf. Pacifist. So Neophiliac, I think, is halved. No, it went from 2 and 3 to 1 and 2. Okay, so it's halved at gold. This is one of the most broken skills in the game, so I think that's fair. Reload and charge by 1 second. Not bad. Pacifist. Your weapons have plus damage to 3 times your income. I think that was 2 times at diamond. It was. Now it's 3 times. When you gain regen, a burn item gets up to 3 burn. Seems like a lot. Yeah, it was 2, but that's a rare skill. When you use a large item, burn. Not the first time. Oh, wait, what is this? Who has this skill? I don't recognize that skill at all. When you slow, gain regen. Weapon adjacent crit. Charge shield on healer regen. When you freeze, your weapons gain 30, 60, 90, 120 damage. No. What? Guys, do not click on the Yeti. The Yeti will absolutely dumpster you. Bro, the Yeti probably kills Boreor now. I think he has the silver skill. So that's his scaling. When you freeze, your weapons gain 4 damage. He's like not that easy. He's pretty easy, but it's not that easy because after a while he actually does pretty high damage. So it goes from 4 to 60? I'm gonna ask if it's a typo. Ain't no way. Table setting. Wait, which skill is this? I don't know what skill that is. That's a new skill, I guess. Oh, that's a cool skill. I don't recognize it though. When you slow charge 1/1, 7 items cooldown, burn poison backwards. When you use a friend poison, that's fine. Slow damage buff. This is really, really high also. Oh, no, that's the other one. Oh, it's now all of your weapons instead of one weapon. I think that means that you will not beat him with no items. He gets twice the scaling now. I think you actually need an item to beat him. When you use a large item, haste your other items 2 seconds. When you burn, haste 1 for 1. Wow. So this guy has the silver version of the skill. The silver version of the skill is doubled in power. So this dude, Stone Bro, is a lot harder. Weapons, platform, distribution systems to diamond tier. Don't know what that is. When you use a large item, haste 3 items for 3 seconds. A hex is back. Gunpowder silver. Hog to gold. Lore of the Wastes has a new loadout. Oh, get ready. Ventriloquist, new day 2 monster. Silver friend. It seems strong. The item to the left of this has 100 crit chance and 1 max ammo. When an item runs out of ammo, deal 200 damage. Your weapons with no cooldown have lifesteal and 100. Oh my god. Wait, so he has a thing, when an item runs out of ammo, deal 300 lifesteal damage? Okay. Oh, Morgoloth, dude, that's one of the very early testers. That's nice. They named a monster after him. Sword of Swords. On multicast for each other different hero you have an item from. Okay. Okay, overall, it's not like a huge voluminous patch notes because you can just kind of ignore all the things that are now relics. But that's pretty good stuff.